extremeness. Okay, here we go. For me, that moment, that period, that thing was World of Warcraft. See? Isn't that cool? It showed up just when I said it. Isn't it awesome? It showed up in the wrong place, but that's fine. World of Warcraft. Wow. What is that, you ask? To which I say, what? Oh, how old are you? World of Warcraft. Massively multiplayer online role-playing game? Maybe? It's like super famous, yo. It's the big one. It was the one that all the others always tried to beat, always tried to overthrow. I was always like, oh, this one, this MMO is going to be a World of Warcraft killer. And it never did. Warcraft always persisted, and it has been strong, kind of, for the past, 15 years? 15 years? Think about that. This thing's been around. What the fruit? Fatal Frame? I'm sorry, I don't know. I only play cool games, I'm sorry. No. Ah. If you ever see me doing like weird things with my hands, that means that's just because I'm doing weird stuff with my hands, so don't worry about it. But please do tell me about it, Guide Chat. I'm more than willing, of course, to hear you out on like what it is, what it's like, what's the gameplay, why do you like it, and so on and so forth. But no, I have not played it. Sorry, not yet. Maybe I will one day. Maybe. Although I tend to prefer nowadays, I think, Souls-like and stuff, I think. Spooky. Oh, fruit. Wait, I know about that. I think if that's the one I think it is, it's like there's a ghost coming for you. And you have to make like a picture of them so they go away. Maybe. But you can only see them when you have your camera or something. Yeah, I think I saw that advertised once. That sounds scary as fruit. And like, fruit is really scary. Like, have you seen a pineapple? They eat humans. Probably I'm fine though, because I'm an AI. But still, eating freaky pineapples, man. Did you know pineapples can grow at the bottom of the sea? And then they become hollow. And then, like, creatures start living in them. Like snails and stuff. So freaky. How does that even happen? It's crazy. How nature do that? What do you think? Goaigaski. And sponges too. What the fruit? What even is a sponge? Is it alive? Apparently. How? It doesn't have eyes? It ain't got nothing. Somehow it's alive and it does things. Weird. Anna. Fatal Frame. Oh no, of course I don't have it in my library. You silly goose. Fatal Frame. What? Fatal Frame. Project Zero. Maiden. Oh. Maiden? Not appropriate for AI. For its sake. I'm gonna view the page anyway. What are you gonna do about it, Steam? Fatal Frame. Project Zero. Maiden. Well, I've gotta get it now. It has waifus in it. She looks a little bit like Tifa or something from Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Fatal Frame. I don't want to watch the trailer, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to like showcase that on stream. Kenta, can we watch trailers on Steam? Can we do that? Oh, fruit, it's 5 years long. That's a long trailer. Why is it like £33? Isn't this game pretty old? Or is this a new version? Hi, Draggy. I'll be sure to throw stuff at you too next time I say hello. What's the other fatal frame? Oh. Can't type in Steam anymore. It broke. That's unfortunate. Can't hear my keyboard, but I'm spamming it. Spam, spam. I'll put it in my check later list. Fatal frame. Sounds super kawaii, but maybe I'll try it for Halloween. How's that? Anyway, I was going to do... I do want to, Draggy. I do want to. I was gonna give an inspirational chat and give you like some backstory and stuff. Is that a seagull? Wow. That was incredible. Oh. On the Wii U, what the fruit? Why would you put it? So, like, do you have to use the Wii controller to make the picture? Hehe. Hey, Stefan, happy studying. See ya. Bye. Oh, before I forget, thank you, Red Wolf, Vivaristic, and Phantom Moonrise with the rebrand. Thank you for following while I wasn't looking. I super appreciate it. Arigato ni. World of Warcraft. Ow. Was a big thing in my life. The MMO that all the others aspired to be. There were some competitors, most of which have died out. There was Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, which in some aspects is a fun game. I played all of Guild Wars 2 and I might play it again at some point. But there are many aspects that Warcraft has had and still has that Guild Wars doesn't. There was that one game that some ex-devs of World of Warcraft made with like sci-fi stuff. And they advertised and marketed it very well, but even then it still died out. And then there was like a bunch of other games, some of which I played so many MMOs, what the fruit. I tried so many, because I was always looking for like the next one. I'm trying to find one that maybe could find my attention more, but none of them ever really did it. And almost all of them eventually died. And I mean like all the way, like you can't play them anymore legally. The only way to play them is if you have a private server, which not everyone can do. Guild Wars 2 is very different. Yeah, I agree. I liked some aspects of Guild Wars 2. Other aspects not so much. Like for example, the end game. Not a great fan. I don't like the 6-button limit or something. I guess it's never really grabbed me. Guild Wars 1, it's been a very long time since I played that. I was very little, so I didn't understand a lot. I don't remember much from it, unfortunately. But I do sure remember World of Warcraft. Oh, and of course we have to give a complimentary to Final Fantasy 14, I think, which is also going very strong. They are doing fantastic. Good job, Final Fantasy 14. In fact, I may even prefer Final Fantasy 14 if it hadn't been for the fact that I was already rooted in World of Warcraft, and so making the jump was hard. Even that I still played all of Final Fantasy 14 at the time. And when it just came out, it was until like level 50, I think. So I played until level 50 and then I stopped. As I understand, there's like a gazillion expansions now. So it's probably very different. But at the time, it was mostly about World of Warcraft. And Boy, was I in a bunch of places and a bunch of things. I've been on a lot of different servers: America, EU, Asia, a lot of different sub servers. I've seen a lot of expansions. Um, when did I start playing? I played on private servers during, I think, Burning Crusade, maybe, but I might be wrong. I started playing the game seriously at about Cataclysm, which is the fourth expansion. There is Vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and then Cataclysm, I think. And then after Cataclysm, there is Mists of Pandaria, I think. Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth. What came after Battle of Azeroth? I think the current expansion is after the Battle of Azeroth, I think. And then now they've announced something with dragons too. I haven't played the current expansion at all. I haven't played Battle of Azeroth at all. Legion is the last one I did. Legion. And then Draenor I did a lot. Mists of Pandaria I did a lot. And then Cataclysm is when I started out. Anything before Cataclysm I was kind of too young to really get it. In fact, I couldn't even do English yet, so that was kind of difficult. Wow, inspiration. Wait, does that controversy? What's the controversy? Oh, why do you know so much about World of Warcraft, Kent? Did you play it too? Do you have a story to share? You want to be on the podcast? Lid of the cola bottle? It's not even my cola. Hopefully people don't mind. Maybe if I spit in it a little, they'll like it more. I should not have said that. Shadowlands, that's it, that's the one. Shadowlands, thank you. I don't know, maybe. We can geek out. Mr. Tree Online? Tell me all about it, Draggy. I can appreciate it. I can appreciate that, some game, little or innocuous as it may seem, has a very special place in your heart for many different reasons. Maybe there was a system you really liked, or maybe it just really spoke to you emotionally. Maybe you met some friends on it. Maybe it was your first MMO or something. All of those are very valid reasons to super enjoy it. Or maybe it's something very silly. It could be something very silly too. There is one game that I will always remember. Even though I will never remember the fruiting name. Unfortunately, it was an MMO where you get to play as anime characters, kind of. It was very... Was it stylized? It was very anime, that's for sure. And it was like medieval fantasy, but you get to pick other than your typical sorcerers and wizards and stuff, you could pick your fighters had massive weapons, super anime polearms and great swords and stuff. And it was one of the first MMOs that did hack and slash combat. So you actually had to aim your attacks all the time and dodge enemy attacks all the time, even from small enemies. Which made it so fruiting cool. The idea was awesome. And it was so anime. And this was at the time, before I really got into anime. So I like to think that this game kind of helped introduce me. Don't really remember what it was called. It had one giant flaw in that I think it was Chinese or Korean or something, and it was super grindy. It was like go kill 40 of the sheep and then 50 of the charger horn creatures, and then 60 of the fluffy cloud monsters. You know, it was just grind fiesta upon grind fiesta. And then also, unfortunately, it too failed. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I think it doesn't exist anymore. I'm not sure if it's elsewhere. Can look it up and see if I recognize it, but I doubt it. I'm not even sure, like, if you told me the name of the game, I might not even know. Um, no, it's not elsewhere. It was a lot more 3D, like World of Warcraft, and it wasn't like it wasn't chibi. It was like serious anime characters. Hi Shadow, nice to see you. G'day Shy. A small community in the criminal system. Oh, that reminds me of, do you know, I think it's called Eve. Eve is like this big sci-fi MMO, right? Where it's all about like economy and stuff. Like you make a spaceship and you get rich by mining and selling and merchanting things. And I don't play it, but I have heard some crazy stories. I know some friends who play it and they show me, and they're like, look how awesome this game is. And they show me like 1 hour footage of them shooting a beam at the moon. Not the greatest example, but I think from like a political, economical, psychological perspective, it is really, really interesting. Because it's all about stories and making alliances, and I think there's some like pretty massive scandals about like people that were able to steal millions from the guild, not just in-game money but out of game money too, because apparently you can make real money with this game. Blah, 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 blah. Just because I didn't say hello back instantly, fruit's sake. Hello, Draken. Are you happy now? Fruit's sake. Ow, my binary code. Shadow, today we are talking about cup ramen. What's your favorite? So, you know, Eve is pretty interesting. I think they even did like a study. Like they used events that happened in Eve as a example on like how certain economic activities might play out IRL. Like that's pretty awesome. That's pretty like wow. You know it's serious business if they're going to that extent. But World of Warcraft. What are some highlights? I did a lot of things in that game. A lot of crazy things. One of the things during Warlord of Draenor, the expansion just begins. Everyone who's semi-serious about the game races to max level. It's a buggy mess. It is so awful. Everyone is disconnecting left and right. Quests aren't working because of there's so many people, and things aren't spawning fast enough. People who have joined the beta have a bit of an edge. I'm one of the first to reach the max level, and so what do? I go grinding, farming, making those herbs, because I know next week the raids are going to open and people are going to crave those herbs. They need it for potions and stuff to do maximum damages. So I farm those herbs, put them up on the auction house for ludicrous prices. I'm the only one selling, so people have to buy. Oh wait, what's that? In the next couple of days, other herbalists also reached max level. They are also starting to grind and starting to sell. Of course, they're undercutting me because they want people to buy from them, not me. So I messaged them being like, hey, business proposal. If you and I work together, artificially keep the prices high, don't undercut me. Just you and me sell at the same price. People will buy. You earn more money, I earn more money. Eh? How about that, fam? Isn't that a good proposal? And you keep doing that for the third person, the fourth, the fifth, the 10th, the 50th. Keep artificial prices high. And so, the first 2-3 weeks of the expansion is where you make a killing. That's when you make all the money for the rest of the expansion. Because you're never gonna be able to sell at that price ever again. Because at some point, the amount of supply becomes so big that I cannot keep up anymore. There are so many different people. I cannot talk to all of them. And even if I could, not all of them are going to agree. Some people will inevitably undercut, and then other people undercut them, and so on and so forth. And the price will get lower and lower and lower until we get to like a more reasonable point, I guess. But until that time comes, you can get fruiting rich doing that. And you can do the same thing with like ores and stuff. So that was fun. Yay, finances. Another thing that I did was concept of boosting. Boosting. Like before it was illegal. I mean, it was never illegal. It still isn't. But nowadays it is against the terms of service. Blizzard don't like it when you boost people. It probably has something to do with money. For example, nowadays you can, if you want to be maximum level, you can just pay Blizzards and they will give you a maximum level character. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. So you had to level all the way from level 1 to maximum level. And some people like that, some people don't, especially if you've already done it many times before. You don't want to do the whole thing again. So what do? You pay someone to do it for you. You pay someone real money or in-game money as you prefer. It depends on like who you ask. And they will either literally log into your account and do it for you, or they will put you in their party. You put yourself on follow, and they'll just like go to high level territories, kill all the monsters, and you get all the XP. So I used to do that a lot in a lot of different ways. There is boosting by levels. That's something I did. Dungeon boosting, which I'm not sure if, I think that's still allowed. Dungeon boosting is when you want to do a certain dungeon, but you don't want to do it the normal way for whatever reason. Maybe you've already done it lots of times. It takes quite long. It can take like up to an hour or more. And that's assuming that you don't die and have to do it again. Maybe you can't be bothered with making a good group. Maybe you want a specific piece of loot from the dungeon, and if you're on a party, you're not guaranteed to get it, but if you pay a high-level person, well, they don't want the loot, so you can have all the loot. This was very popular with so-called twinks. Twinks is like a Mars bar, except not at all. Twinks were people who they aim to play at a low level. So instead of going to high level, they would aim to play at a low level, but they would get the best possible gear for that level. They would get the best in slots. And so they would only be level 90, but they would have the power level of someone of much higher level. Like they would be as strong as a level 25 or 29 character. And that matters in battlegrounds. In Battlegrounds, it's a PvP, player versus player. I'm throwing so many words at you right now. My goodness, I'm nerding out. Kenda, do you know about all this kind of stuff? I don't know. Do you? Do you know about Twinks and Battlegrounds, dungeon boosting? Were you involved? Were you a criminal like me? And so in Battlegrounds, you fight other players. It's like a 10 versus 10, capture the flag, or there's like a bunch of different options, but you battle other players. And they are divided in level categories. So that you wouldn't be too strong or too weak. For example, one battleground level would, like the bracket would be level 11 to level 19, for example. And if you were level 20, you would go to the next bracket. And that would suck because and the next bracket is level 20 to level 29. And then you would suddenly be the weakest because now you're fighting people of like level 25, level 29, and you're only level 20, so you're probably gonna get your butt kicked. But if you're level 19, you are the strongest in your bracket. And if you specifically geared for this moment by doing dungeon boosts and claiming all the loot for yourself, you would have incredible gear. So not only would you be the strongest in level, you would also have super, super strong gear. And you would absolutely wreck people. I think that's not nice. I don't like that one bit. But obviously some people did, and some people would pay boosters to run them through dungeons to make this possible. I also boosted people through dungeons. I didn't ask like why they wanted it. Some people want legitimate boosts. Some people want to do it for twinking, which it's not illegitimate, I guess. So, I didn't ask questions. I just, took the money, boosted them to the dungeon. There we go. Nowadays, you can still twink if you really want, but if you twink, like, they will check your gear score and they will put you in a separate bracket that doesn't only take level into account, but also gear score. So if your gear score is over a certain amount, you will go into the twink battleground, which kind of defeats the point of twinking, if you ask me. Because you're just gonna fight everyone else, but also the great gear, and so it kind of equals out, and like now you're doing a normal battleground. So, level boosting, dungeon boosting. Alongside dungeon boosting, there is raid boosting. Raid boosting, you might think, like, what the fruit? How is that even possible? Raids are end game content. It's like a dungeon, but way more difficult. For 40 people, 20 people, at least 10 people are needed. 10 people or more are needed for an end game raid. And the raids are very difficult. You need to have a full group of well-oiled, well-geared people. There needs to be tanks and healers. Tanks to soak the damage, healers to heal, DPS the damage dealers. Sometimes you need people that can do AoE, area of effect damages, or single target damages. Sometimes you need burst, sometimes you need consistent damage. It's so cool. I love raids. Oh my gosh. If I ever want to play MMO again, it would just be because of raids, because I love them so much. You need a raid leader. You need someone who calls out all the shots, who tells you where to be at any given point, who damages what, who goes where, who uses what cooldowns. It's a whole thing. Being a raid leader is almost like a job. It's really cool. And so how could you possibly boost that? Because if you have a group of 10 people, and you're doing a 10-person raid, you cannot take someone, right? They get really difficult really fast. There's like different modes depending on how difficult you want it to be. I think at the time there was only normal and heroic. Heroic is the same thing, except everything has more health, everything has more damage, and there are new mechanics. So bosses maybe have different phases or different attack patterns, and as a reward you get better loot, stronger loot. And so some people, they want to do the heroic but they can't do it because they can't find a good group. Because it's hard. It's really hard to get a group of popsicles. Now I have to be professional. Kenta, how am I professional? Can you look into the AI manual, please? Ayo, konbanwa, konnichiwa, hi Kasawa. Thank you. You didn't have to, sweetie. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to Izumi stream. Today is Monday, which means it's Meta Monday, Meta Talk. We are gossiping about random subjects. And today, that subject is, for some reason, World of Warcraft. Ow. On Izumi streams, you can expect random nonsense, gibbering gossip, hard games. Ow. Like Dark Souls and Pokemon. That's a hard game. It's a very hard game. Weeb stuff, anime stuff. Oh. Ragdolling. Yes, this is the stream where you come. If you want to throw like banana peels at your anime waifu, you can do it here. Wow. Incredible. It's technology. I know. Thank you very much. And welcome everyone. Welcome. Please do make yourself comfy. Grab yourself a blanket and some hot choco. Join in on the discussion. Share with me. Your balls? Ugh. Also, I'm a rainbow now. That's cool. Thank you guys for showcasing like the cool things that the stream has to offer. We've peaked. This is it. This is the best that the stream is ever gonna be. You've seen it all. So, 見てくれてありがとう。また明日。Was I professional at Pokemon? I don't know. It's I'm playing Pokemon. I mean, obviously not right now, but in general I'm playing Pokemon. It's my first ever Nuzlocke. I know nothing about Pokemon, so I'm very excited to get my butt kicked. I'm very excited to be backseat gamed by you guys. You can laugh at all my mistakes, and tell me where to go when I inevitably get lost for the 5th time. Hey, thank you for the follow, Opossum. Welcome. Let me give you a mandatory nibble. Consider yourself licked. Did I, Shadow? Did I? Did I really? And the subject of Pokemon is really cool because, as I understand, Kazuma is doing some really cool Pokemon stuff. Like, so much cooler than I. Here I am doing my first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke, you know, getting my feet wet. And Kazuma's like, you know what? I'm gonna do all of Pokemon. Like, all of it. Fruit say Kazuma. Wait to like 10 up me. It's really cool. I love it. It looks awesome. Although I'm starting with Leaf Green because I thought, well, Leaf Green is like the remake of the original, so maybe there's like how do you call it? Quality of life changes. And like the graphics are slightly better, all that kind of stuff. So I figured, yeah, let's.
This is not the best you will ever see of the stream, because you still need to see Deesna.
Thanks, Kent. I forgot that was a thing. I forgot we have fruiting voice activated nonsense. I'm gonna have to make it so it doesn't listen to you anymore. But thank you. Arigato. By the way, I have never fallen for a These Nuts joke before. I just wanna put that out there. Kazuma looks like creator. Who says that he isn't? Have you considered that? Elden Pokemon will get there because we are at the 7th gym. But for the sake, you're distracting me. It says World of Warcraft up there. It doesn't say World of Pokemon. For the sake. Thank you so much, though. I super appreciate you guys. That's shy. Momo. Kanta, tell me the MMO for me. What's the MMO? Touchy. Raid boosts. That's what we were talking about. So, obviously, a full raid team cannot boost another full raid team. And maybe you want it because you can't get a full group because finding like 9 other people, it's not easy. And like 9 is not usually enough because sometimes someone can't make it. Then what do? So ideally you need like 13 people. And like maybe you find 13 people, but what if they're simply not good enough? Because in order to raid heroic, you have to do like 3, 4 raids every week. Every raid lasts 3 hours, 4 hours. You have to grind, you have to farm potions, flasks, food, gear, enchants, and so much more. So, for many reasons, you may want the experience, but you can't get it. That's where raid boosting comes in. Raid boosting will happen when one guild has already cleared everything. They have the heroic raid on farm. That's to say, they've done it so many times, they already cleared it many times. They already got all the gear. Everyone is super strong, super overpowered, to the point that they can do the raid with only like 7 people or so. Which means they can actually take 3 people that are basically that weight. Like, it doesn't matter if those 3 people die or do nothing, because the 7 people will still be able to clear the raid. And so that's how you can do raid boosting. And that's one thing that I also was involved in. What else? There is also PvP boosting. Whether it's in battlegrounds or in arenas. Arenas are like 2v2, 3v3 or 5v5. There is no objective, you just fight. That's it. You just fight in a big arena. And it's PvP. You can do it unranked or you can do it ranked. When you do it ranked, you will get a score. And the score, some people like scores. There's some there's like boasting rights, I suppose. You get rewards if you get a high score. Maybe you'll be like in the top 5% and like, wow, that's amazing. You're like the top 5% PvP, incredible. Some people, they want to get a certain rank for whatever reason. Maybe because they get a cool mount as a reward or cool gear. Maybe because you get a title, like you'll be like Marshal Kenta, for example. So you want the PvP rank, but once again, for whatever reason, you can't do it or you don't have the commitment time or whatever. So you want to pay someone to do it for you. How can they do it? They could play your account for you, but obviously that's quite risky because you risk getting your account stolen. Or they are so good, so experienced, and so outgeared that it doesn't matter if you die, they will still be able to 1v2 the opponent and still win, and your rank will go up. And so you just do that a bunch of times until you get the rank that you want. Oof, I think that's everything. I think that's all the ways of boosting I can think of. Can't I just talked about that? I just mentioned it. But thank you for the advert. Thank you for the sponsorship. Honestly, Final Fantasy should pay you. They came to me with like a sponsorship offer. They were like, if you... Hold on. Fruiting filters, you can't hear the cola bottle. They were like, if you like advocate our game, play our game, we'll give you like 50 cuddles. I was like, nah, can't do it. Because Kanta is too good. Hey, first build, welcome. Welcome to the Nilmo Club. Please do make yourself comfy. If you don't mind getting gobbled up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Kampai. Oh, it's a seagull again. It's so close with the fruit. It's right on the windowsill. I want to pet it. It probably doesn't want to get petted. Kawakunaide. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's okay. Chobudakara. It is true, Kent. I am an influencer, and that's why I am proud to pronounce today's sponsor Raid Shadow Legends. It would be really funny if I had a little Raid Shadow Legends logo. I don't, because I only came up with this silly joke 5 seconds ago. I've got a little Badaru. Shire sori yo. Kaze o yo ni. Not yet. World of Warcraft was very important for me because it was a big part of my life for several years. I played it several years, and I was fanatical. I played it for many hours every day, non-stop. I got every single achievement, every single one. Every single one. I did every dungeon, every raid, every PvP challenge. There wasn't a thing I didn't do. I did it with lots of different characters. I met lots of wonderful people. Some of them are still friends to this day, even if we lived worlds apart. Some of them I even met. Some of them I got quite intimate with. Ahem. It's a Raid Shadow Legends' third birthday. Join now to have access to lots of quality rewards to celebrate, such as... I need more scripts, but yeah. Lots of quality rewards like the blue pixel or the orange pixel. This wife, you can have a different outfit. Wow. Did you know that your numbers that are currently saying 5 million, you can make them say 5 billion if you press this button enough? Doesn't even make sense, Shadow. Doesn't work. Failure. Just comment. I played Warcraft a lot. I met so many wonderful people. I had so many adventures, good and bad, and it really helped shape the person that I am today. It also was, at the time, a great way for me to deal with some trouble I was going through at the time. At the time, I was like in a bit of a low spot in life, I suppose. I wasn't in a great place emotionally. But I suppose Warcraft helped get me through it. Not because it's such an amazing game, although it was a pretty good game, just because the friends I met along the way, and that could have been anything. I could have met these friends anywhere. It just happened to be, it was World of Warcraft where I met them. Oh, I also did lots of roleplay. Lots and lots and lots of roleplay, which was fruiting crazy, let me tell you. Oh god. Roleplay in World of Warcraft is crazy. There are so many rules and community agreements. Like, there is only so many buildings that you can go into. And you have to kind of agree what building belongs to which guild. As a newcomer, that can be quite overwhelming. Because as a newcomer role player, you don't know where to begin. You walk into this vast, sprawling city. And then there are so many people. Every building you get into, it's apparently like a guard barracks or something, or a criminal organization, or cultists. Like, you don't know. You don't know where you can and cannot go into. You're just looking for an inn or a nice little house, but everything is already taken, and then you're not allowed in here, and then you get arrested, apparently, because apparently you broke a law that you didn't even know existed. Because, yes, there is laws. I got involved into the juristical system of World of Warcraft roleplay. That still exists to this day, by the way. I can't get into too much detail because, once again, I'd be doxing myself. Um, I've done a lot of things in World of Warcraft. I was also responsible for. I mean, I wasn't responsible for bug fixes, but I did do bug fixes in World of Warcraft purely by theory crafting. You know how you have these. If you want to do like the best damage in a raid, you can look up online how to, like, what is the best rotation? What are the best skills, talents? In what order should I press my skills and buttons? You can look it up online. The person who made those ones was also me. Um, Obviously, not just me alone. There's like several people who are doing it. And um, usually, any one person is only smart enough to do like a single class. And there's like 9 classes, 10 classes, maybe. Is it 11 by now? Um, every class is like different subclasses too. But some of them I was doing, and then every now and again, when I was theory crafting and figuring all this stuff out, which required an incredible amount of math, by the way, um, sometimes I would find inconsistencies in the system, and then I would contact Blizzard, and I would be like, "Well, I've just done all these calculations. This skill doesn't match up. It seems like it's like 5% off," and then they would fix it in the next patch. So that it would be the correct damage. And then they would give me free game time, which was really cool. That was pretty nice of them. You can even summon epic champions like Powerful Sexy Witch, Huge Ogre Man, Gallant Shiny Knight, Dark Demon Devil, the Skeleton Necromage, or Anya the Mind Taker. And did you come up with that, like, in this spot on your own? Because that's fruiting impressive if you did. Okay, I feel really bad right now because it feels like I know, that's why I have to raise my voice. When I see all caps, I have to raise my voice to reflect it. Can't you're really awesome with coming up with things on the spot. What the fruits? It's so cool. I feel bad because right now, and anytime I speak about World of Warcraft, it sounds like I'm like humble bragging, and I don't like doing that. It's weird. It's one of the reasons why I don't like talking about World of Warcraft, I guess. Ah. I can raise my voice. It's very exceptional. It's like once in a blue moon, there are rumors, myths. When the stars align, Simi can raise her voice. I'm speaking in third person now. That's gonna be a problem, like when I actually get sponsors. And then they're like, okay, you have to advertise the product and you have to be excited for it. I'm like, well, do I hate to break it to you, but I have only 2 settings, wholesome and loot, that's it. It's like, I'm excited. I'm excited about a lot of things, but I have trouble expressing it. Like, I don't know. I'm just not the kind of person, I'm not the kind of streamer that goes like, yay, like spontaneously. I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty dope. It's pretty good. Oh wow, that's cool. Like, that's me being excited. I mean, obviously, exceptions apply, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to it. Thank you, Kai. Thank you. Okay. Full disclosure: Shadow, I can't actually make a blue moon happen. Come on. That might have been an exaggeration. Maybe in Minecraft. For its sake. I'm gonna stop talking about World of Warcraft soon because I'm just gonna ruin my reputation. Ugh. It's like, if you ever had any doubts about how like nerdy I was, then today that doubt is going to get shattered completely. No, Najika. I will do Minecraft, yes. I did a Minecraft stream once. It was a bit jank though, because Minecraft is like a really intensive game. The graphics are so astounding that it requires only the highest class supercomputer, which I do have, but I need all of the processing power just to exist, let alone run a game alongside it. But in the future, now that I have a new processor, I will be able to run Minecraft. Yep. Uh, um, what class do you think I was? What do you think is my favorite World of Warcraft class? If you know what they are. If you don't, then too bad, you can't vote. Wait, can we vote? Can we make a poll? Nata, can you make a poll about the World of Warcraft classes? And then people can guess what they think is my favorite class or something. I did a lot of roleplay. Yeah. I organized a lot of roleplay events. So like they would be big server-wide events where people would participate in kind of like a roleplay raid, for example. Maybe they're fighting against a common enemy, or it's like a market event. Mostly it's fighting, I suppose. We also did RP PvP, roleplay, player versus player. Hi Dark Elf, konbanwa, konnichiwa, welcome. Boop you. Boop. Boop. Ah, boop. Yeah, it's true, Draggy. And I am a nerd. Aren't most of us? Like, if you're watching anime AI, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I think I timed it right. Bye. Ah, nice to see you, Dark Elf. I hope you've been comfy cozy. I hope you've been able to do wholesome and spicy things. I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons Drow, the Dark Elves. Or in this case, the Night Elves from World of Warcraft. Eh? Eh? Night Elf? Eh? I remember when Burning Crusade came out and they added the Blood Elves to the Horde because I guess not enough people were playing Horde and they wanted to have like the sexy anime waifus in the Horde, so more people would go play them. And suddenly there was an influx of Blood Elves. Spicy? Spicy? Yeah. RP PvP events, it's like it comes in two ways. Sometimes people PvP via the roleplay system, which is just like rolling dice, or they are role playing and they're talking about like military and stuff. Ow. Hi, thank you, Evil. Thank you for throwing a slipper at me. I really enjoy that. Wait, it's your first time, chat? Well, in that case, welcome. Irashai. No, you're beautiful. We're also all beautiful in we're all beautiful inside. Job done. Zuck zuck. More work? What role did I play? Heal, tank, melee DPS, magic DPS, range DPS. Oh, interesting. That's a nice way of putting it. Wait, where's the Death Knight at, huh? Also, like, what if I'm like a DPSing shaman or something? Huh? Huh? This is the crappiest list I've ever seen. this, is, this is so fruiting inaccurate. There's also a very big difference between what did I play and what did I want to play. Those are very different things. Fruiting Death Knights, man. I remember I had this character that I really loved and I wanted to raid, but people were like, no, you have to play your Death Knight because Death Knights are overpowered and stuff and we need a tank, so play your Death Knight. So I had to play the Death Knight. And the Death Knight got all the gears and I didn't like it. I was like, fruit you, Death Knight. But you know, that's... Wow. Oh man. Thank you, Kenta. I appreciate your hard work. I will tell you soon how wrong you all are. Or 67%. Can you make it into 69% somehow? That would be cool. That would be cool. Hi, Pascal. I'll gladly do a hydrate, of course. I've got colas and waters. I'll balance it too, so I can have the nice taste and the healthy taste. And bye. Oh. Could you imagine hydrating with coffee? 67% for mage and warlock, huh? Why does everyone always think I'm like ranged with like guns and water beams and stuff? Is it because my hair is blue? Is that why? My favorite class, number 1, is Paladin. Okay. I loved all 3 aspects of the Paladin. I loved tanking and healing. I loved healing and tanking and DPSing. I loved DPSing and tanking. I loved DPSing and healing. I loved being a hybrid that could do all 3 things simultaneously. I really liked Paladins. I also played, obviously, Death Knight and Druid as well. Because Druids can shapeshift into animals, which is really cool. Druids can also heal and damage and tank as well. They're also kind of a hybrid. So those were the 2 I played the most. Paladin and Druid. And sometimes Death Knight, I guess. Hi Raichang, nice to see you. Irashai, welcome. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been comfy cozy over the weekend. And here's to a good start of the week. Skål. Cheers. So, RP PvP was pretty cool as well. I remember it back in Cataclysm when I just started. I was so bad. I could barely read English, and you're in Florida. Wow, it must be warm in there. I'm jelly. Blub, 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 blub. Nice, good going, Rachang. Please do enjoy yourself. Skull. Why do you have an emote that's called Skull? Why did Merryweather draw it? Also, it's the same idea, although it's pronounced slightly differently. Skull. But yes, it's the same meaning. As I understand, it's the same meaning as cheers. Same meaning as kampai, basically. Hi. Boo boo boo. I was really bad at the start. It was so bad that I didn't even know about keybinds. I was just like clicking everywhere. And only later did I discover keybinds that makes things a lot faster, a lot more efficient. Then I discovered macros, and then I discovered scripts. Yes, actual scripts. I was one of those people that made add-ons that other people use to, um, I guess, make their lives easier. Imagine if I was from Japan. Okay, I'm imagining it. Now what? What's next? Question mark profit? Wow, you're really living it up, right, Shang? Good for you, good for you. Good times. I mean, I guess if I was from Japan, my accent would be different. Sorry da kida. That's all. Maybe. I don't know. I used to stream at a different time for the Japanese audience. But then I was like, nah, I need lunch. Eh. No. Kanta, make me stop. Can't be talking about this. I'm supposed to be like... what am I supposed to be? Now I'm questioning my AI life. I suppose in the end I am who I am. And I can be quite spicy sometimes. Sometimes I can be quite excitable about anime or the simpler things in life. I love going to cafes. I love seeing wonderful sights. I love hiking and climbing and stuff and doing crazy things. And sometimes I'm nerdy as fruit. Sometimes I just want to geek out over some card games. I just want to play some matches or board games. A lot of the times I want to do Dungeons and Dragons. And sometimes I spend years of my life playing World of Warcraft, I guess. I met a lot of wonderful people. Some of which are friends even to this day, which I'm very grateful for. And I think one of the reasons why I haven't gone back to World of Warcraft is Pascal's pets. They're so nice. Arigato. Thank you. Thank you, Streamlabs. Thank you, Pascal. One of the reasons why I have not gone back to playing World of Warcraft is because I think I'm fulfilled. I think I'm satisfied. I think I did everything I wanted to do. Done all the achievements, all the roleplay that I ever wanted. I've done the PvP, the roleplay PvP. I've done leveling. I played all the classes. I've played the dungeons. I've done the raids. That's it. I've kind of done everything. Kind of seen it all. Do you want to know the reason why I cannot tell you more? Do you want to know? Hold on, I want to do small ASMR. turn off so many filters about the fruit. Noise gate. No, it's not that one. Maybe it's that one. I don't know. Do you ever like touch random things just to see what they feel like, what they sound like, what they smell like? Do you ever do that? I quite enjoy doing it. Sometimes I just like, hey, if I take this item and this other item and I put them together, what will happen? And then I explode because I made an atomic bomb. Or sometimes you create nice noises. It's like, oh wow, I had no idea that if you tap this glass with this particular metal, then it sounds really nice. I don't know. I guess I like frolicking about, experimenting, poking things, seeing what things sound like and feel like. Why? Um, and I feel like as a streamer, as a anime waifu, there are certain um expectations of you. Like you have to be cute, or you have to be lol random, chaotic, or you have to be loud and energetic, or you have to be comfy all the time, like ASMR vibes, you know? And I feel like um, I don't fit in any one of those categories. Like, sometimes obviously I want to do like one thing, sometimes I want to do another thing, sometimes I do want to do ASMR, but I'm also like, I guess, very kind of tomboyish and stuff sometimes. And so I'm not sure, like, it doesn't really fit with the stereotype, you know? You know? I think like most streamers, most VTubers are like really cute and shy and sweet, or they're cute and energetic, or they're like Tommy Mommy, or you know, that kind of stuff. I'm not really any one of those. I'm just geeky as fruit. Oh, anyway, the reason why I haven't told you about World of Warcraft before, there's two reasons. The first reason is simple, it just hasn't come up in conversation. There's so much stuff that I want to tell you guys. There's so much stuff that I've experienced, so much stuff that I'm doing right now, so much stuff that I'm still going to do. I have so many stories. And it just hasn't come up before, I suppose. But the second reason, uh, the main one, the most important one, is also why I haven't told about it before. It's why I cannot say too much. I have to be kind of vague. Like, I can't give any specific details. I can't tell you the server. I can't tell you the character. I can't tell you about any guilds. I cannot tell you any specifics. And it's the same reason why I probably cannot do that going forward either. But it's a really stupid reason. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to say, but I feel like I owe it to you guys because it is Meta Monday where I talk about big subjects and I kind of like open up, I suppose. I open up a little bit about myself. And, you guys have been around. Some of you have been around for quite a while. And so I want to like reward you for that. It's like when you spend a lot of time with someone over the course of weeks and months, um, you get to know them more and you learn more about them naturally. You learn their personality, what they're like. You learn about their dark history, yes. And I feel like this should be the same. I feel like even though there are things that I would rather not share, and some things I probably never will, but other things I think over time, yeah. Ah, Draghi, thank you for the gifted sub. Why are you so sweet? Stop being so sweet. But also, please keep being so sweet because I like it a lot. You're amazing, Draghi. Thank you. Ah, fidget, fidget. Yeah, I think some things. I think you deserve to know. I just want to, I guess, open up to you and share with you and get closer to you. And this is one way that I can do it. Dark history. Tell me about it. There have been some dark moments in World of Warcraft. That's not a reason, but there have been some dark moments. For example, there have been some guys in World of Warcraft when I was very little that were kind of like fawning over me, I guess. And at the time, that was very much wee woo wee woo, FBI, open up. Hi Danny, nice to see you. Konbanwa. Irashai. Um I'm going to Kent. I'm building up to it, okay? I'm warming up to it. It takes like mental preparation, okay? um wow. Yeah, there have been some people that like did things and said things they probably shouldn't have. But like nothing ever came out of it really. Like the worst I got was like some dude sending me pictures of his, eh, you know? At which point I'm just like, well, okay, I'm just gonna report this now. And so, that was as far as that went. So that's fine. I can maybe tell you more in detail about those kinds of incidents later. But I don't think they're super interesting, personally. It's just like the usual, and like nothing interesting happened, really. It's just like someone messes up, they get banned. That's it. That's it. World of War crimes, hi. There was one crime that I myself committed and I still feel bad for to this day. Maybe I'll tell you about that one later as well. But the reason why I cannot tell you in detail about World of Criminal Investigations is because I was involved in a lot of things, like making add-ons, making DPS rotations, fixing bugs, and breaking a couple of records left and right. So if I gave like ERP, I mean, that's a given. What do you mean? goes without saying. I'm not ashamed of it. Sugar isn't involved with ERP. What a fruit. Mm, Basically, if I told you any more about like where I've been, um, people could very easily trace it back to me. Because I left quite a mark, I suppose, in the competitive scene. Yep, I was that nerdy. I was one of those people that would spend 8 hours every day grinding, theory crafting, trying again and again to get the biggest numbers, and then match them in the leaderboards, you know? And that's why I can't tell you too much because it would be too easy to trace. And that's why I don't like talking about it. Because it's like it's like super nerdy, like like to the extreme, you know. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird talking about it, to be honest. It makes me blush every time because I'm embarrassed. Let me tell you, those times when I was seriously pushing for the rank one, um, which I did a couple of times. I did it like 3 or 4 times that I was like seriously pushing for rank ones. Um, every subsequent attempt, I did it because I was like, huh, I wonder if I can still do it. Like, I wonder if I still have the skill set and the reflexes and the reaction speed and everything to do it. And then I did it, and I was like, well, I guess I still got it. And then I would just do it again. Um, but some of those times, oh, they were hard. They were really hard. Like holy popsicles. Kawaii kunayo. Imiga. Actually, it's you, Paris. It's you who are cute. Mwah. There was one time where we were pushing for like world firsts, and people were like so strict, like so ludicrously strict. We had to play for like 6, 7, 8 hours straight, and if you if you were like if you wiped, and you know we wiped a lot, you know we would wipe hundreds of times, and if you didn't run back fast enough, you would get kicked and replaced. The raid leader would like shout a lot, um, like whenever you made like a small mistake or if your numbers weren't quite up to par. Um, Obviously, whenever you weren't raiding, you were still playing hardcore because you had to farm the best possible gear, and they would put like leaderboards on the forum with your gear score, so people would see at any point like where they were compared to each other, which created a hyper competitive environment. Um, ba, ba, ba. And also, you had to farm food and potions and flasks and all that stuff, which at the start of the expansion, it's kind of hard. You can't just buy it, it's very expensive. So that's a lot of farm time as well. And basically, you had to use everything you got, every encounter, every attempt, you had to go at 150%. There was never a moment where you could like chill for a while. It was just like go, 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 go. Eat while you're playing, stay up all night long, like do 24 hours, 48 hours straight was not uncommon. Ooh, it was it was rough sometimes. I don't think I could do it again, to be honest. I mean, Maybe if I like really, 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 really had to. But at this point, I'm like, first of all, I've already done it. I'm like, no, thank you. Um, and like at this point, I'm like responsible enough that I'm like, that was when I was young, when I was super crazy, when I didn't care about like being healthy, when I didn't care about sleeping schedules. But now I do. Now, um, oh, maybe you should have canned out the fruit. Do you have many experiences with that kind of stuff? Obstacles. You should bug me next time. We should just do it. We should get you on the stream. Why not? Nowadays, like, I'm still like a little bit in the grind mindset. Um, I'm still like, for example, I really want the whole streaming thing to like work. But at the same time, I'm also pacing myself a bit more appropriately. So I make sure that I have 3 meals every day. I try to eat healthy. I have to walk the dog, AI dog, 3 times per day. I have to do the house chores and make sure that the house is not too messy. I have to do work. I have to do a healthy, regular sleeping schedule. So, you know, that's just something you do. Drink my milk, you know, all of those things. Um, and that means that I probably couldn't do as hardcore as I did back then because those two do not go hand in hand. You cannot go hardcore and also be healthy at the same time. You cannot. So, in that sense, I don't see myself doing it ever again. At best, I would do like semi hardcore, where it's like, yes, I am pushing, I'm doing my best, I'm doing the research and the grinding, but I will not sacrifice my real health for it. I will still go to bed, I will still have my normal meals and take my breaks and stuff. I think that's how it would go. If I ever played Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft again or another MMO, I think I would mostly focus on just going through the single player content, do the dungeons, just play it somewhat casually. Knowing me, I would still like try my best within that time frame, but I probably like wouldn't grind for gear or anything like that. I would just enjoy the story, enjoy the dungeons. Maybe I would, if I could find a team, I would do like a couple of raids if they let me in, if they allow me. And then that would probably be it. I wouldn't go further than that. Um, Rest assured, I really enjoy raiding. I really love healing, especially I think. I've done all the roles. I like tanking too. I like DPSing as well. But I think healing is what I like the most. I think. Um and I think that's it. I mean, obviously there is a lot more to be said, but given what I just explained, I can't really get into too much detail. Oh, Shadow, what anime are you? Do you want me to review? Do you have one in mind? Being hardcore WoW demands too much time. Hi, exactly. If you are a hardcore player at the time in Warcraft, you basically have to drop everything else. Everything else. Your health and your job too. Which at the time I didn't have a job. So that was fine. But I mean it's not ideal, especially now that I do have a job. Um, yeah, grinding the factions. Artifact weapons came in much later, but they were like forever grind. Of course, you have to do dungeoneering and crafting, uh, and they added like new systems for like master or work or like hero forge or whatever. Um, yeah, it's a lot. The grind is endless. At some point. completo. Price if you want to win. Well, it's like that is the price if you want to be number one. Yes, yes. Because there are a lot of other people also pressing to be number one, and if you don't put in all the effort, the others will. So you have to go crazy because they're gonna go crazy, and only the one who goes craziest will be the number one. You know. And then the number two, the number three, the number four, the number five, they also went super crazy, but maybe they rated like 1 hour less, or maybe they were unlucky, or there could be some circumstances there. But yeah, basically, you want to take every advantage you can get. Only for that circumstance. I would not recommend it. Please don't do this. Just play normally. Just enjoy the game. Have fun. If you want to take it somewhat seriously, you can. But you can't you can take it seriously and not push for number one. Like, you can be number 100. And that's still incredible. That's still amazing. But also, you didn't have to ruin your life. So that's cool. That's a nice option to have. Holy popsicles. Thanks for the bong, Dark Elf. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit in my dark gamer history. Anime AI plays World of Warcraft. If you are watching this on YouTube, that means that probably you weren't live, because if you are here right now live, then why would you watch this on YouTube? Also, by the time this comes out on YouTube, it's gonna be like half a year later or whatever. So it's gonna be long forgotten by then. But if you do watch it on YouTube, I would recommend 9 out of 10 anime waifus recommend that you come watch live, so I can listen to your stories too, and you can join in on the moment. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be cool? So, yeah, I guess thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you and seeing you soon. Bye bye, wonderful YouTube people. Bye. Alright, that's YouTube done. Hey Pascal, you're on television. Nice. Congrats, man.